are a few moments, historical moments, in the Unitarian Universalists and in our congregation in support of LGBTQIA folks. Now, I find this first note fascinating. In 1967, the Unitarian Universalist Committee on Goals conducts a survey, 1967, conducts a survey on the beliefs about and attitudes toward homosexuality within the association. Over 80% of Unitarian Universalists in 1967 believed that it should be discouraged. Okay? 1967, right? So they were people of their time. They were living very much in patriarchal systems. The world is beginning to change in the 60s, but people grew up with what they grew up with, right? They believed that it should be discouraged. I don't know what the survey question was, but the result was not that it was wrong or that it was sinful, just that it should be discouraged. Now, rather than taking that on and discouraging homosexuality, the Unitarian Universalist Association, in their wisdom, I think, starts to pass resolutions to end discrimination against homosexuals and bisexuals. The resolution includes a call to congregations to develop sex ed programs that promote healthy attitudes toward diverse forms of sexuality. 80% of people think it should be discouraged, and rather than discouraging it, they decide to change hearts and minds. They decide to dig in, listen to the people, listen to the minority of people who are a part of it, people who are marginalized, and ask what is needed. We decided to lean into our universalism. Everyone has worth and dignity. How do we elevate that? I love that story. I didn't know it until this week. That's the power of change and what we can do together. That's the power of change and what we can do together. And I can promise you that not another denomination in the United States was doing that work in the 70s. It was later. The first minister comes out in 1969, James Stoll. He lost his job, but he was the very first one. There are lots of moments, and you can find these on the UUA website. In 1980, there was a resolution calling for congregations to lend full assistance to the settlement of openly gay, lesbian, and bisexual religious leaders. So by the mid-80s, let's affirm gay ministers. I want to make sure I get this one. In 2002, a former member of this congregation, now Reverend Sean Parker Dennison, is called to serve the South Valley Unitarian Society in Salt Lake City, becoming the first out transgender person called to the Unitarian Universalist ministry. Yes, yay for Sean and their continued ministry. In 2004, UUA President Bill Sinkford legally married Hillary and Julie Goodrich, who were the lead plaintiffs in the Goodrich v. Massachusetts case that made gay marriage legal in Massachusetts. And in 2006, more than 50% of all UUA congregations in the United States have become welcoming congregations, including this one. We got our designation in 1999, and this year, because of the work of our Pride team, we are working to renew our welcoming congregation designation. There's so much more work to do, and it's baffling to you and to me that the progress that has been made is being smashed, that civil rights steps forward are being rolled back. But ain't that always the way? Isn't that the way of progress? right? You go a little bit and you step back, and you go a little bit and you step back. I think the anti-gay folks are loud, they're mean, they're ugly, they're scared, they're scared. I think we don't be scared. I think let's don't be scared. I think let's be out loud who we are and support each other as we learn who we are. Let's keep raising our kids to ask good questions, to be who they are, so they can teach us new ways to be who we are. This will change. These flags will change. There will be more flags. I'll get confused. I'll forget. I may misgender you. I'll do my best. I may not call you by the right gender, but I will love you exactly as you are. And I can say that here looking at your faces because I know you love each other exactly as you are. That is the point in all of our exquisite, beautiful diversity.